So, Chuck,
Yes.
so I haven't seen much discussion about this lately. What names you would give to aliens?
You're right. I have. We haven't. Because,
No, I don't mean given names like on their birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they're from a planet, they would be called the what, right?
That makes sense.
So we on Earth, to aliens, we're what?
Well, that's weird because there's two things.
What?
Because you know I like a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah,
Now, in the corny sci-fi,
yeah.
they call us Earthlings.
Earthlings. Yeah, there you go.
But in the serious sci-fi, they call us Terrans.
Terrans. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're serious sci-fi,
No. In the really serious sci-fi, they call us dinner. Okay. Or snack. All right. Well, let's tease that
funny.
out. So the planets are named for Roman gods.
Okay.
So Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay. Did I say Pluto?
Wait, did Neil deGrasse Tyson just reinstate Pluto as a planet?
We'll fix that in post. Post production. So, so does Earth have a name? Does the moon have a name? Does the sun have a name? We do. And if you stay with the Roman tradition, Earth would be Terra. The moon would be Luna, and the sun would be Sol, S-O-L. Okay. And if you look at old maps, and old illustrations of the solar system, I mean, from centuries ago, people would put that in because if it's in Latin and the book is written in Latin, Earth is Terra, and Earth, Luna, and Sol. So I would understand that the more Latin literate erudite aliens would call us Terrans.
Greeting, Terran. Where's this guy think he is? Which would be most people's response. Why does he keep calling us that? He keep calling us Terry.
Well, I have degrees in Latin. How about you?
Who is Terry? I don't understand why he keeps calling us that.
Okay, so now if you're from the moon, then you go back to the Luna, you'd be a lunatic. You're
Okay,
of the moon.
that's pretty cool. I want to live on the moon then.
Or I mean, some are still up for grabs. Like, would you want to call them lunarians? You could do that. That's
No, lunatics.
Lunatic. It's way better. That's way better.
It's just lunatics.
All right. And so Mercury would be Mercurians. Okay. This is what's called the genitive form of the word. Mercurial would be the adjective. If you're Venus, you're Venusian.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty well known there.
Right.
And before we knew that Venus was 900 degrees Fahrenheit, Venus being named after Venus, the god of love and beauty, any portrayal of Venus with aliens there, they were all beautiful women. Always, at all times.
All right. That makes perfect sense. That beautiful women that will burn you to a crisp. Venus.
No, before we knew it would burn you to a crisp.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's keep going here. Mars, and of course that's the famous Martian. We got that.
Right.
And beyond that, you have Jupiter.
Oh.
And so Jupiter would be. You can think Jupiterians.
I was going to say Jupiterians.
You can simplify that and call them Jovians.
Jovians.
Yeah. By Jove, yes. By Jove is by Jupiter. Yeah.
Okay.
Jupiterians.
I did not know this one.
Didn't know that one. Okay, and Saturn.
Not know that.
It'd be Saturnians. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And what else? Saturn.
Neptune.
Uranus first.
Okay.
So now, all right. Are you Uranians?
No, you're an a-hole.
No, stop. Uranus.
Oh.
Uranus.
The
a-hole.
A-hole.
Oh, the a-hole planet.
Oh, here, guys.
Oh.
Party's over. A-holes.
That's a sci-fi movie I want to see. If all the residents of Uranus were a-holes. So I have to check on that one. Uranians. I have to think.
Uranians. Yeah.
Uranians. Okay.
Uranians.
Okay.
Yeah, Uranians.
And Neptunes would be Neptunians.
Neptunians. That sounds great.
Yeah. And Pluto, I'd totally say Plutonians.
Plutonians.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, there's an episode of Rick and Morty where they go to Pluto, and by the way, they bring Jerry, who's a character who is a bumbling idiot in the series. They bring him to Pluto to
wait. Jerry is Morty's father.
Right, Jerry is Morty's
okay.
father, and so they bring him to Pluto to praise him for making Pluto a planet.
Oh, I saw that episode.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was weird. That one was
they
weird.
Celebrate him for making Pluto a planet. You know. But anyway.
But
they're called Plutonians.
But so here's we got to correct one of these though.
Okay.
If you were from Venus, you're not really Venusian.
Okay.
We had to clean that one up. Okay. The correct genitive term to be of Venus is to be venereal.
Okay, that is nasty. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, but
that.
The medical doctors got to the word before the astrophysicist did.
Okay.
And so they find this disease peculiar to lovemaking, and they like naming stuff into the mythological dungeons. Mm-hmm. And so they dig up whatever it would be. They find the planet, the goddess that is responsible for lovemaking and love, beauty, and all that goes with it. And they say, let us call these diseases of Venus. Wow. Venereal diseases.
And I'm sure she was just like, thanks a lot.
I know. Now, Russia had more landers on Venus than we ever had. We focused on Mars. Russia landed. All their landers are called Veneras. Again, the roots of venereal. Venera. Right. Just look up Venera. Those are landers on Venus sent by Russia. Back even during the Cold War. They were explorers too.
Okay.
Yeah. So the problem is if people from Venus come and say, "Hey, I'm venereal. How are you?" That's awkward.
Right. Hi, I'm venereal. How are you? I'm clean. That's how I am. I'm clean. It was nice to meet you. Wouldn't want to be you. See ya.
So, as far as other aliens, I mean, they might. I would like to, keeping with the woke movement, I would want to call them what they want to be called themselves.
Okay.
Rather than come up with some name for them.
I'm all about that. Period.
Right. You know? It's like Columbus coming to the New World. I'm looking for India. You must be Indians, right? This is just, and we kept calling them Indians for like 4 centuries.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where the real problem was.
Okay.
It's one thing for one guy to be like, hey, these guys are Indians.
Yeah, because to adopt it as formal cultural
that's what you got.
MO. Right. Now, if I say, what shall we call you? And they say, oh, you will call us Master. It's like, no. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
All right. I do have a line for what I'm going to call you.
And, let me tell you something. If that were the case, we'd be like, just damn, brother can't catch a break.
Yeah, call me Massa Boss. Right. All right. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Man, just got through the South,
didn't we?
And America and fought a war.
This again.
But so it's the way we're naming exoplanets, unless there's one we have good data on and people like being a little more creative. The way it works is there's the name of the star, and this star has the letter A associated with it as the first object discovered in the system.
In that system,
okay. The next object, typically a planet, would be a B.
TRAPPIST B.
Okay, there you go. So that would have been the first planets discovered in that TRAPPIST system. That TRAPPIST is a very fertile star system. It has multiple planets that took a while to extract out of the data, but they're there. So there's A, B, C, D, E, F. So that's just what we call them in our catalogs. But that's not a fun thing. If we find aliens there, you're not going to call it TRAPPIST B. Beyonds, you know.
Right.
So we'll have to do some more thinking about that.
I like that. That's a fun game to give planets names in systems where we know that there are planets that exist.
Then you have a chance of calling the aliens of that planet something that would. But I got one more before we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're looking for life on Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if we find life there, we would have to call them Europeans.
Oh, I thought you were going to say white people.
No, Chuck is still not making progress in his race therapy sessions.
I know. I need help. I need help.
It's so Europa, it'd be Europeans.
Europeans.
I don't see why not. Not Europans.
Right.
No, Europeans.
Europeans. That's kind of cool.
There it is. And Saturn's largest moon, Titan. Though we call them Titans.
Yo, that's
bad. That's the badass ones.
That's where I want to be from.
Yep. So anyhow, it's fun to think about what you would call the aliens once we have a name for the object. Right. And just the one I wanted to correct for the record was Venusians is what we all accept, but it's not authentic.
It's venereal.
You're authentically venereal if you're from Venus. And that is today's explainer.
Sorry, Venus. We got the test back. So sorry.
All right. There's been another StarTalk explainer on something you probably didn't know you could care about. Chuck, always good to have you.
Always a pleasure.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.